Back in 2001, people were eagerly awaiting Nintendo's new console, the GameCube, and with it new entries in some of people's favorite series: Mario, The Legend of Zelda, Super Smash Bros. Why the hell is Luigi a homeowner?
Yes, Luigi's Mansion, Nintendo's answer to the age-old question, what if the Ghostbusters were a small frightened Italian man? Luigi's Mansion was a launch title on the GameCube and one of the best-selling games on the console. I mean, what's more compelling than Luigi hunting some ghosts to save his brother?
Yeah, I never played this game. I was more interested in Animal Crossing and Melee and way too much Lego Star Wars, but that's besides the point. As a kid, I just wasn't really all that interested in Luigi. I mean, these days, it's a completely different story. I love Luigi. He's my main in Mario Kart. So I guess that means there's really no excuse. I should really just go back and play the game. Why are there so many dead children in this game?
I've gotta be honest, I'm disappointed it took me so long to play this game. It was a really interesting and entertaining experience. The game does a great job setting the tone right from the intro cutscene. Sure, it's not scary to me now, but hand this to 5-year-old Jordan, they would have probably been terrified. But now I'm really able to appreciate the rest of the game. Though I will say, the game did manage to scare me at one very specific part, when you can hear Mario yelling to Luigi from the bottom of a well. If he only did that one time, it would have had an even greater effect than him repeating it every 5 seconds. Speaking of our good old pal Mario, let's talk plot. Luigi finds out he won a mansion. Did he enter anything to win a mansion? No.
Listen up, kids. Never go into a mansion someone's told you you've won, even though you're pretty sure you didn't enter to win anything. Pretty bad idea.
For some reason, Mario beats Luigi to the mansion, probably hoping to steal it from him because, as we all know, Mario hates Luigi. Instead, Mario ends up being captured by King Boo, and Luigi meets Professor Egad, and is given a magic vacuum cleaner and a Game Boy Horror?
I get it, it's like the DS.
Luigi uses these to clear the mansion of ghosts, and to save Mario from the painting. He also gets extremely fucking rich for some reason. Collect all 50 boos and suck up tons of money, and Luigi can get a fancy new mansion at the end. Oh shit. Sounds pretty simple, right? That's because it is. This game's pretty short. It took me just under 6 hours to beat, and I'm sure a good hour and a half of that was just because collecting the final 10 boos is a pain, and I died way too many times to count during the final boss. But I'm not one to care too much about the length of a game, as long as it's good.
And wow, was it good.
The main gameplay here is sucking up ghosts with the Poltergust 3000. Flash them with your flashlight to reveal their heart and suck them up. It's such a satisfying mechanic on its own, but couple that with the fact that you have to figure out different ways to get certain ghosts to reveal their hearts, and you have some really compelling gameplay. Not to mention there's some really clever level design in here. A lot of interesting uses of mirrors and using the Game Boy Horror camera to enter secret areas.
The game's even got a dedicated Mario button!
Mario!
Sure, there are some areas where the level design falls a bit flat. Look, I get it's a vacuum cleaner, but do I really have to clean the floors every time I want to walk through this room? And also walk on the ceiling? But in any areas the game's lacking, it makes up for it with its personality. This game is oozing personality more than whatever the fuck Luigi is oozing in Luigi's Mansion 3. Goo, I presume. The designs of the portrait ghosts are so cool. They manage to feel like Mario character designs while still being generally off-putting. It's okay, Luigi, I am also afraid of babies. Luigi also starts to actually feel like a real character in this game, rather than just a taller and green Mario. From the little touches like his nose bouncing when he walks, to the humming the music while he's scared, it really helps to build him up as a character. We also find out one of his core character traits is that he hates the moon.
Damn it, I knew he didn't deserve that year of Luigi.
Plus, this is the only Mario game that story has actually caused me to have some sort of emotional reaction. The ending when Luigi finally frees Mario is actually pretty touching and surprisingly real. Here's my actual reaction on my playthrough. Aww. Oh, look at him. Aww. And the music. Oh my god, the music. Some games have music that can almost pull you out of the game just by its nature, whether it being too recognizable or too loud, or the worst case, it just doesn't fit the game at all. It can kind of break the immersion sometimes. Luigi's Mansion doesn't have that problem. The music perfectly sets the scene and is never intrusive. It does exactly what a game's soundtrack should do. It guides the experience along without overpowering it. But it's also amazing to listen to just on its own. It's honestly one of the best soundtracks of a game I've ever heard. I do have one problem with the game, however, so I'm just gonna rant for a second. Every time you capture a Boo, the game asks you if you want to save. Most times, this is a great opportunity to save after a boss or clearing a hard room. If you collect all 50 Boos, you get a gold diamond, which is worth 20 million G, which is really great if you're trying to reach the A rank for the final mansion. You are only able to collect this diamond after the game prompts you to save. So if you save, collect the diamond, and then head on over to the final boss and die, it's gone. All that time wasted with no way to get it back.
Yes, I'm still mad about it, and I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to Miyamoto.
Anyway, Luigi's Mansion got 2 sequels, Dark Moon on the 3DS and Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch. It also received a port on the 3DS.
Why?
Released in 2018.
Why?
Yeah, I don't really see the point of this. The Switch was out for a year at that point. What is the point of this release? Sure, it adds some features and fixes some problems with the GameCube version, but it just feels like it was released far too late in the 3DS life cycle for anybody to really care. Sure, it's cool to see a GameCube game on the 3DS, but at that point, I'd rather save my money for a Switch game. Honestly though, Luigi's Mansion is a short but really fun game that I do recommend if you haven't played it before. It really shows how Nintendo used to be okay with taking risks on strange concepts and just generally doing weird things. We really just don't see that anymore from them. I mean, look at the new Super Mario Bros. Series.
I do hope that Nintendo can look back on Luigi's Mansion and try and recapture some of that Nintendo weirdness. Until then, I guess I'll just be waiting on Miyamoto's response to my letter. Oh, it's here! This is just an ad for new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.